holding out for a hero. Japan seeks help to deal with the S-rank gate, now that they are short on manpower due to the incident on Jeju Island.
Why hasn't the Hunters Association said anything yet? An S-rank gate has spawned in the heart of Tokyo, and you're telling me the Hunters Association doesn't have any countermeasures in place? Tell us the truth! What if a dungeon break occurs? What then?
Even S-rank hunters aren't enough to clear S-rank gates. National-level hunters, on the other hand...
Pessimistic remarks won't help the situation either. We need to be discussing concrete plans. How about we hire Thomas Andre?
You think this country still has the funds to recruit someone like that? Besides, there are only a handful of countries that will be willing to send us hunters now.
There's one option. An S-rank with no national loyalty. He'll work for anyone who pays. The barrier specialist, Yuri Orlov. I plan on hiring him for this mission.
I am Yuri Orlov. You already know that people call me the best support-type hunter in the world. I had a chance to look over the files the Blade Guild sent me, and I've got to say, it was smart of you to evacuate all the citizens. However, it seems you lack manpower. I hear that Japan can only send 6 S-ranks on this mission. Is that true?
Yes. 1 S-rank from each smaller guild must stay behind to take care of all the A-rank gates that have appeared across Japan. The same goes for our guild. The 3 of us are going to participate in the raid while 1 S-rank hunter stays behind.
No, that won't do! How do you expect to protect your country with that plan? I'm gonna need 3.6 billion. That's gonna be 10 million a day. Hire me at that rate, and I'll hold back the gate for as long as you want.
10 million a day?
3.6 billion to save your country. I'm not asking for 36 trillion here. Thomas Andre would. So what'll it be? Become national heroes for 10 million a day? Or give up on Japan to save a bit of cash? You really think you can afford to be picking and choosing right now? You should be down on your hands and knees licking my boots.
Sounds to me like you're pretty confident about your skills.
Of course I am. I'm a greater boon than 1,000 of those losers standing behind you. So what is there to think about? I'll block off that S-rank gate for you, and as a bonus, save your buddies' lives. So, how does that sound? It's an enticing offer, no?
Thank you for demonstrating your abilities. However, I'm not sure if our government will sign off on your asking price. Is trusting this guy our best bet? Actually, I take that back.
It's Yuri Orlov!
Over here! Look this way, please! Mr. Orla, how do you plan on blocking off the gate?
With the same strategy I use every time. I draw a huge magic circle around the gate and pour my mana into it. Easy peasy. Whatever is inside won't be able to get out.
Does that mean you're capable of blocking off an S-rank gate all by yourself?
The public isn't quite on board with the idea. What would you like to say to all the skeptics out there?
It's impossible for me to sustain a barrier on my own. However, my mana circle can draw mana from its surroundings. So, if large quantities of mana crystals are set up around Tokyo, my magic circle will absorb their mana. Basically, it's like starting up a car. Once I get the barrier up and running, it will slowly transform into a sturdy wall by sucking up more mana. I'm going to save your lives. So just make sure you remember that.
This contract stipulates that we will give up the rights to the Essence Stone on Jeju Island.
But why?
Because in return, we'd like to hire Mr. Sung Jin-woo.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, but he's not an affiliate of the Hunters Association.
I'm aware of that. However, we can't get in touch with him without the help of the Korean Hunters Association. I'm not asking you to put in a good word for me. All I ask is that you give me a chance to negotiate with him.
I can't believe they're willing to give up such an astronomical amount of money just for a chance to talk to him. Are they lacking the power to tackle an S-rank gate now that Goto Ryuji's gone? This isn't a bad offer, considering Sun Jinu's performance record, but... I'd like to discuss this matter without the interpreters.
You know Japanese?
My father ran a small business in Japan when I was young. Chairman Matsumoto, if this is another ploy, I suggest you stop now.
What do you mean by that?
I've heard rumors that the Blade Guild has cut ties with you.
How did you...
The Blade Guild rejected funding from the Japanese Hunters Association and only accepted funding from government subsidies. All of them used to be at your beck and call. Because of Goto Ryuji, you were able to rally all the S ranks when you needed to, but no more. The power vacuum left by the Blade Guild's losses has led to infighting between guilds. And the Hunters Association can't help, isn't that right? If this gate isn't properly blocked off, you will have to take full responsibility, Mr. Matsumoto. Goto Ryuji represented Japan, despite his culpability in your schemes. Without your scapegoat, the Blade's downfall, the mismanaged conflicts between the Japanese guilds, and the sacrifices that were made will fall on your shoulders alone.
What's this?
A camera that was connected to your receiver. It belonged to Goto's team. Did you really think I wouldn't find out? You think you're negotiating with Essence Stones? If this information becomes public, the people of Japan will have to deal with the consequences of your crooked schemes. However, I'm not cold-hearted enough to do something so cruel. I wouldn't want an entire country, no, all of Asia, to be hurt because of one selfish man. You'll have to thank Mr. Sung Jin-woo for this one.